vision was that she loved art. She learned Bharatanatyam under many gurus, and then she was also in Almora with Uday Shankar.
When I founded Triveni, if I had not gone to Almora, I would have never done it. I too went through a lot of trial and tribulation.
But she loved dancing, and she realized that there are many restrictions the society has on teaching classical dance and music, many being financial, and earlier they were also social. And she had this vision that she has to teach. And she did teach at a few places. Then she started her own school with 2 people in Connaught Place. But she always believed that she must build a place which is as beautiful as it can be for the artist and as cheap as possible so the poor can also learn. So it was with this vision she started to collect money for Triveni. And along the way, she realized that it should be not just dance and music. And it should be Indian classical arts. Many, including Ravi Shankar, were willing to perform to collect the money. She went ahead with the thought process. And of course, great credit goes to Stein. I still think it's his best building.
I think nationalism diminishes us. Well, first place in the fact that the principle of human activity is war. To me, the charm of working in India has been largely that this is the place where one can seek beauty with simplicity. And I think the great inspirations of being in India are not only the geography, the physical, but the cultural background. In modern times, we've developed a whole new vocabulary of possibilities of structure, in fact, with new materials.
Triveni being a unique institute, especially in those times, there were always invitations from the Rashtrapati Bhavan to performers from Delhi whenever a dignitary from abroad came. So I think the first performance had her perform along with others. Sikil Ramaswamy Pillai, he was the main teacher here for dance and he was for Bharatanatyam. Guru Kelucharan Mahapatra from Odisha, he is the person in Odissi dance. And I remember Hussain, he booked the gallery for 8 days and he put 6 empty canvases and it was mainly word of mouth and other things because we didn't have social media. And the word went around to the community that he's going to paint for 6 days and then auction it out on the 7th and 8th day. So to see Hussain paint, it was honestly a riot. When Mr. O.P. Sharma got in, she had so much faith in him. Of course, he was in modern school before, she knew him from then. And he just went ahead and did what he wanted. And she never asked anyone what was going on, what darkroom came up. And which I think helped a lot of students, very senior people or well known in the Indian society who learned photography under him.
Well, I was in modern school. So in 80 we started in Triveni Kala Sangam. Mr. Sridharani asked and we want to start a photographic department. I said you have to take the permission from the school. So Mr. Kapoor was there and he gave the permission. And I said in the evening I can come for about an hour or two. And then we started. We started with 2 students. Both of them were painting. They were doing painting up the stairs. So they started with photography also. And this way this department started like that. And from time to time we have organized a number of them, Like Mr. Unwala was there. 1964, when he passed away, I wrote to Mrs. Unwala, and then she had sent the work. 60 of his prints were there. So we had organized it at Triveni. It was put up in Triveni. What used to there from Photography of America, we used to get the portfolios of some eminent artists. Like Leopold Fischer was there, then Dan Heddel was there, and topmost was the Wellington Lee. So his portfolio, when I went there, I invited, so he sent me 2 sets. Kash exhibition also we organized, around 70. But no efforts have been made to start an organization which can be just for the serving the cause of photography in this part of the world, Eastern Hemisphere. Nearly about 200 photographers, great masters of those days, I wrote a letter to them, outside India as well in India. And then about 150 turned up on 25th December 1983. We had a meeting at Modern School, and then ultimately decided this name, International Photography Council, and launched this thing. First thing, as far as photography is concerned, today it is used for bread and butter. That is the most important thing, rather than any artistic expression. Nobody wants to do art for art. So unless I am saying that thing is satisfied, somebody wants to learn it, and most of the people are learning for that thing, it is a good thing. Photography has become, in other words, we can say, art of Janta. So I wanted to preserve the memories of those great people, those who came into contact. Like for instance, Ustad Bada Ghulam Ali Khan. Now a black and white print, it is timeless as well as ageless, because it's pure silver. Deepest shadows you can see, brightest highlights you can see, details you can see. So my main interest in portraiture was that. Similarly, you'll find portraiture is also a very common subject for pictorial photography. So that's why I took it. Otherwise, landscape, nature, still life, experiment and creative techniques, number of techniques which are invented by the genius photographers field of photography. Whatever new has been given in the field of photography is not given by any professional, but they are given by the amateurs. Right from color film to black and white film or variety of photographic paper, that all has been given by the amateurs, those who spend their time, money and energy and their life to discover new things. Pictorial photography is the mother of all branches of photography today exists. What pictorial, it is difficult to understand what is the meaning of pictorial. Doing pictorial photography is another difficulty. Nature is so pictorial that if you must have opened your eyes, and once you open your eyes, then you will find everywhere pictorial work is there.